Hey YouTube, it's me Christiana. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to When in Doubt Pink. Hello. How are you? My comment section is looking a little dead. That's okay, okay? But how are you? Like, for real? You know, I'm getting concerned because I know that everybody is like really down in the dumps, but also people got stuff going on, and I feel a need to like connect, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like everybody in my real life is just really like bummed out right now, as they should be, you know, but I just feel like we gotta pace ourselves. Like, I'm pacing myself like a mug, okay? Pace yourself. We got the next like 4 years to be feeling lots of things, you know, and I'm finding myself having to like disassociate a little bit from the people around me, just because like it feels like everybody's just like locked in, and it's too early to be this locked in. You heard, you know? I am getting ready to put on a little quick face, a little 1-2. It is early as hell. I have my coffee. Delish. I'm on my way to the hair salon. I'm very, very excited. I also am like feeling a little bit guilty because I'm getting ready to spin an arm and a leg. I'm getting ready to spin an arm and a leg at the salon. Okay, but it's gonna be worth it. I promise it's gonna be worth it. That's what I just keep telling myself, it's worth it. I am going to see my girl Kelly B Styles. She has been coloring my hair since 2018. I want to say I've been going to her since 2018, 2017, something like that, maybe 2018. I've been going to her for a really long time. I don't go to her like all the time, right? At one point I was going to her once a year, right? Because I don't know, she's an excellent colorist, right? Meaning she dyes hair. Like, people say dye, but when you go to beauty school, that's one of the words in your vocabulary that gets stricken out immediately. Because you color hair, you dye eggs is what they used to say. But she's a hair colorist, and the salon is a natural hair salon for the most part. I ain't never seen nobody get no relaxers up in there. So I'm assuming it's a natural hair salon out in, is that Germantown? North Philly? It's somewhere far. It's about a half hour for me anyway. And yeah, so I have been going to my girl Kelly for years and years. I haven't been to her in quite some time. The last maybe 3 years or so. I at one point I was doing my own stuff, you know, and when I had the chin bob, I had colored my own hair at that time. Now my hair's grown out and I hadn't really been coloring anything except for my leave out. I was keeping my leave out up to date so that when I did my quick weaves and stuff like that, my leave out would match the quick weave. But other than that, like, you know, I got a head full of like new growth, and so she's gonna be real excited about this. She already is really excited, and that's why I'm actually sitting here at my desk, because one thing about Kelly is that, and this is like a whole thing, right, is that because she is so talented, she is like award-winning at this point, an award-winning hair colorist, and it's beautiful for her, right? It's beautiful for her. But that's the other thing too, is that when I first started seeing her, she was like similar to a tattoo shop. She was like one of the like more affordable stylists in the salon, right? Now she is like this award-winning lady hair colorist, and her prices for her services are not what they used to be. But because I'm like locked into being her client, you know, I'm going to support my sis, but dang, I'm going to support my sis though. But she loves to take pictures of her work, right? And one thing about me is like, usually when I'm getting beauty services done, I love to relax. I love a little bit of privacy. I usually am coming right back to my house and getting into bed and act accordingly. Now, one thing I learned even from being in beauty school myself is that you always are like encouraged to take photographs of your work for your portfolio, or in Kelly's case, like sometimes she'll take a picture of some work that she's done and like folks on Instagram will see and repost her, or one of these like big fancy like award peoples will like see her work and invite her to a thing. And for the last couple of years I've not allowed her to take my picture in the salon after doing my hair, not my face anyway. Like maybe she's recorded the back of my head, you know, progress pictures or whatever it is, but I have never really let her do like a glamour shot of me over the years. And she let me know when she confirmed my appointment like that I can no longer escape her. So I was like, okay, I will put on a face and let you take photos of me. Because now like we've talked in advance about the fact that this is gonna happen, and I get to show up looking in a way that I find acceptable. I'm not getting dressed up. I'm not getting dressed up. I'm just gonna do my face, okay? Bring her a nice pretty face, and hopefully that the edges are not looking like too washed away from the bowl. So we're gonna see, but I am really excited about this. I deserve it. I deserve nice things. You see, I'm still talking myself up. I deserve nice things. And I'm gonna get what I want. This is gonna be a long day though, okay? It's 8:30 right now, and after we leave the salon, which I don't know when that could be, literally like my appointment is at 10. I could easily leave maybe 2 o'clock or something, you know what I mean, from the appointment, 2, 3 o'clock. And then I think we should go to somebody's store, because I'm just like, I need some grocery things, but I don't really know if I want to go to a grocery store necessarily, but I'm also out of things to wash my ass. And my teeth and stuff. Like I need more floss and things of that nature. So we do need to go to somebody's store. And then I think tonight we're gonna go out to dinner with Lauren. So it's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day. I'm also a little bit concerned because it is finally raining in Philly. We were in a drought. I don't know if you heard about that. We were in a damn drought. And it's finally raining, but I'm like, what does that mean for my hair? Because I'm getting my hair straightened. I think I'm gonna attempt to be a straight natural. I don't know. I haven't thought about it all the way yet, but I am past that point in my natural hair journey where I need to like show people my curl pattern or whatever. I'm just like, I'm past that. I want to wear my hair how I want to wear it, but I don't think that means like I have to get a relaxer or anything like that. Maybe like, I don't know, the edges or something again. I did try that, but I'm getting my hair straightened, colored and straightened, and I'm gonna be beautiful. Let me just go ahead and focus on doing my damn face, and listen to some more of this book that I'm listening to. Currently listening to Law Roach, How to Build a Style Icon, I think is what it's called. We can talk more about that later though.
Welcome to the real world where you finally are awaking, when you start to see the future and the chances you're not taking. You say one day I'll be president, maybe an astronaut, and travel around the world to find the person that I forgot to be. But you've been so busy thinking you know everybody else. Well, you should know yourself. Know yourself. When the lines have been It's what's written in between. You've got to know yourself. And it's fun to play pretend, but you can have it in the end and know yourself. Taking the oxygen.
Look who I found. Yeah.
Don't feel much like breathing in.
Girl, I said that today was gonna be the most productive day of my life, and it totally was not. I spent all day in the salon. Literally, I got there at 10 and she didn't finish my hair till almost 6:30. In there all day.
That's some bullshit.
Anyway, we're at Insomnia Cookie. Insomnia Cookie. Yum. What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna guess for a graffiti bar.
Graffiti bar? Is that graffiti bar? I don't know. Oh, there's Charlie Was a Sinner. We just walked past. I just realized. I didn't realize it was that.
Have it in the end and know yourself.
New hair, who dis? My face is so greasy, but it's also 9:30 at night. I was literally out all day. Out all day, okay? But yeah, so my curls fell. It was all curly and luscious. Hopefully I have those clips. But girl, worth every penny, every penny. You see this? Do you see? I feel like Beyonce, okay? I feel like Beyonce. I'm gonna put my soft foam rollers so that I can get my curls back. Okay, period. Period. She's cute, right? I love it so much. She listened to everything I said. It is a little bit cooler than I asked for. It is very cool. But over time, I think it'll warm up on its own, just because that's the nature of city water. Washing your hair with city water. But it is very cool, but it is very blonde. And we got these like beautiful natural pieces in the mix. This is everything. She listened to what I said when I said I wanted dark roots, that I like dark roots. So that's all my hair, you know, my natural hair there, and natural hair around the edges, because I was telling her how the African aunties took me out the game. I'm a very happy camper. I'm just very, very like, oh my God, my wallet. Oh, it was more money than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, oh, oh. But she also like clipped the ends. She cut me a little bang. It's not a real bang, but it's shorter than the other hair. Like I had her cut it to my nose. I got a Olaplex conditioner. I got a bunch of stuff. So I'm very, very satisfied. Yeah, anyway, after that I ended up being just in time for dinner. I did not expect to be in that salon all day, but I was. Got dinner with LaRon, got my Insomnia cookie that I'm definitely too full to eat. So actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna put it in a little Ziploc baggie so I can have it tomorrow when I'm not as full. Yeah. So anyway, I was telling LaRon about this Bell Hooks book that I started reading. I actually started reading it like on accident. I was watching this girl talk about how she reads books so quickly, because I'm just genuinely curious about like the girlies on BookTube. How the heck, okay, are you finishing these books so quickly? Like, how are you reading all this content, right? And I was watching this one girl talk about her techniques to like reading faster and blah 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 or whatever, and I was trying to test out her technique. And so I grabbed a book from my shelf, and it was Communion by Bell Hooks, that I had grabbed, and I was testing out, and I had opened it up to like a page that I actually found quite interesting. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, did I ever even read this? I found this book in a thrift store a few years back, and at that time I was not in the right place mentally to receive the information, but I never gave it away. I never threw it away. I just kept the book. And now actually it feels very, very timely. And I was telling my cousin that there was some parts in okay, so it's called Communion, the female search for love, right? But it's not like how to get a guy. It's talking about just like how, as women, as Black women, how we interact with love from childhood to adulthood, and just like some of the really messed up things that we have to deal with as women in a patriarchal society. That's very heavy stuff if you're not into that, but it's like hitting me right now. Like, there was some stuff in there, I thought of her, I thought of her sister. There's some stuff I read in here already that reminds me of myself. For example, I had quoted this on my Instagram stories because I was like, oh my god, like literally there was this passage. I want to find it real quick. Okay, it says, often girls feel deeply cared about as children, but then, so mind you, I've been drinking. I've been drinking, okay? Often girls feel deeply cared about as small children, but then find as we develop willpower and independent thought that the world stops affirming us, that we are seen as unlovable. There was more, but that was like the main piece. That when I read it to my cousin at dinner tonight, she was like, yo, that's you, that's me. Is that my whole life, I've always received, from the adults in my life, I should say that, clarify, because from the children in my life, it was different. But from the adults in my life, my entire life, I've always received very good feedback, positive affirmation, good stuff, you know, that a young girl, a little girl should hear. And also I was always taught to be a good girl, and I've given commentary on good girl stuff. I think I've kind of hid all that stuff because it just attracts people who are not the people I'm trying to attract. So a lot of that stuff is hidden. But you know, as I have gotten older, and especially after I was politicized, like I really got politicized, got into my activism bag in 2014. You know, I started to in 2012 when I first met my union, but by 2014 I was like super in a rabbit hole. I got really radicalized. And from that point to this very day, right, little by little I've developed my own voice, I've developed my own thoughts, and being on the other side of 30, literally I'm much more vocal with my thoughts than I ever used to be, regardless of who agrees or disagrees with people, like as far as people in my real life. And I say this all the time, but like that stuff has consequences. There are consequences to going up against the grain. There are consequences for deciding that you're not going to be a good girl. There are consequences for speaking your mind and having your own opinions. And you know, I've experienced it, and I'm still experiencing that. The feeling of disappointment that I can feel from other people when I'm not doing what they want me to do, right? Because I'm doing what I want to do. Anyway, I could be here on my pedestal all night, but I just wanted to leave you with that thought. If you had any thoughts, I would love to hear it. If you've read this book, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I am gonna try to get through it very quickly because I want to get back to this fantasy book that I was reading before I got sucked into this one. And also, like I said, I'm listening to the Law Roach book, but that's like a whole different thing. Anyway, yeah, that's my life right now. I am gonna let you go, and we will talk soon. We'll probably talk tomorrow because all the stuff that I thought I was gonna do today, now I gotta do it tomorrow, but that'll be in another vlog. All right, y'all, bye.